On Tuesday, President-elect Donald Trump's nominee for U.S. Attorney General, Republican Senator Jeff Sessions of Alabama, faced more than 9 hours of testimony before the Senate Judiciary Committee, during which he denied being a racist and tried to distance himself from Trump's most extreme promises. The hearing was repeatedly disrupted by protesters who chanted, "No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA." This is Republican Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina questioning Sessions.
People have fairly promptly tried to label you as a racist or a bigot or whatever you want to say. How does that make you feel? And this is your chance to say something to those people.
Well, it does not feel good.
This whole fascist regime needs to be stopped before they start.
During his 2 decades on Capitol Hill, Senator Sessions has opposed legislation that provides a path to citizenship for immigrants, questioned if the Constitution guarantees citizenship to anyone born in the United States, and has criticized the courts for interpreting the separation of church and state too broadly, and has declared same-sex marriage a threat to American culture. He also voted against reauthorizing the Violence Against Women Act, opposed the Voting Rights Act, and has a history of making racist comments, which included reportedly saying he thought the Ku Klux Klan was, quote, okay until I found out they smoked pot, unquote. On Tuesday, Sessions described allegations of bigotry that have dogged his career as damnably false charges.
I abhor the Klan and what it represents and its hateful ideology. I insisted Marsh Dees of the Southern Poverty Law Center and his lawsuit that led to the successful collapse of the Klan, at least in Alabama, the seizure of their building, at least for that period of time. As Civil Rights Division attorneys have testified before the committee, I supported fully their historic cases that the Justice Department filed to advance civil rights and that I supported, including cases to desegregate schools, abolish at-large elections for cities, county commissions, and school boards. These at-large elections were a mechanism used to block African-American candidates from being able to be elected to boards and commissions. It was a deliberate and part of a systemic plan to reduce the ability of African-Americans to have influence in the election and governing process. I never declared the NAACP was un-American or that a civil rights attorney was a disgrace to his race. There is nothing I am more proud of than my 14 years of service in the Department of Justice.
Jeff Sessions was the first sitting senator to endorse Trump for the presidency in early 2016. During Tuesday's hearing, he was asked about the legal boundaries of the Trump administration. He said he would reject a ban on Muslim immigration and that he would enforce a 2015 law that outlawed waterboarding terrorism suspects, even though he'd previously opposed the law. He was questioned by Senator Sheldon Whitehouse.
As a question of law, does waterboarding constitute torture?
Well, there was a dispute about that when we had the torture definition in our law. The Department of Justice memorandum concluded it did not necessarily prohibit that, but Congress has taken an action now that makes it absolutely improper and illegal to use waterboarding or any other form of torture in the United States by our military and by all our other departments and agencies.
Senator Sessions also declared he would recuse himself from any decisions on Hillary Clinton's emails for the Clinton Foundation. During Tuesday's hearing, Sessions appeared to have support from moderate Republican senators like Susan Collins of Maine and Democrats like Joe Manchin III of West Virginia. Today, the Senate is expected to hear from those who support and oppose his confirmation, including officials from the NAACP and ACLU, two groups Sessions reportedly once called un-American. Also set to testify are civil rights icon and Democratic Congressman John Lewis and New Jersey Senator Cory Booker. marking the first time in Senate history a sitting senator will testify against another sitting senator for a cabinet post during a confirmation hearing. When we come back from break, we'll be joined by Chicago Congressman Luis Gutierrez, Democrat of Illinois, member of the House Judiciary Committee, co-chair of the Immigration Task Force of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, and from Raleigh, North Carolina, Reverend Dr. William Barber, president of the North Carolina NAACP. Stay with us.